Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and in this video I'm going to show you a couple of NAS devices from a company called QNAP. Now before I show you the first one, which is this TurboNAS TS-421, I want to let you know what a NAS device is. Now the letters NAS stand for Network Attached Storage, and what that is a device that enables you to put hard drives into it and then store all of your files, whether they be documents or photos or video files, in one central location and then be able to access them from multiple devices. So that could be something like a laptop, a desktop computer, or maybe even something like a media server or a games console. So let's take a closer look at this first one, which is the TS-421. So the first thing I want to show you is a little bit of a look around the box. This is obviously the front of the box. You can see here some of the main specifications. A 2 GHz CPU, this is what's going to set this sort of model apart from others, means that it can process the files that you're transferring to it a lot faster, and overall gives it just a much greater performance than a cheaper NAS device. Also got 1 GB of RAM in here, and also DLNA compatibility. And some of the main features it's listing off: intuitive and easy to use, back up valuable data, collect and enjoy photos, music and videos, build up personal cloud storage, and you can share data across multiple platforms as well. Now in my introduction to this video I said about accessing files that are stored on here from a laptop, desktop, games console, etc. Well, it can be multi-platform as well. Maybe you've got a Windows laptop and a Mac desktop and something else that's running Linux in your network, and all of them can access the files that are stored on here. You've got remote access as well and energy efficiency. You can see here some little icons down the bottom. This particular device does support apps. In the latter part of this video I'll show you some of the user interface for controlling the TurboNAS, and you can access various apps such as Photo Station, Music Station, Video Station, Download Station, which allows you to actually set something downloading on the NAS and then turn your computer off and it'll continue downloading. And we've also got My NAP Cloud as well. I'm going to show you the device in a very short while, just a quick side view of the box and then round onto the back. This shows you even more of the features, and then round onto this side, not much to see here. So let's get this unboxed and I'll show you the TS-421. So here we go, this is the TurboNAS TS-421, and it is superbly laid out on the front and a very, very high build quality. Let's concentrate on this front panel first of all. We've got a display here which comes up with various settings, and you can navigate the menu and display via this button in the top right hand corner. Then we've also got some status LEDs here, one for overall status, one for LAN status, one for USB and one for eSATA. And then down in this corner here we've got a power button for the main power on and off. Then we've also got a button here which allows us to copy from a USB device that we plug into the front. So maybe we've got a card reader with a memory card from a camera or a USB flash drive. We can plug this in here, hit the copy button, and it will actually move the data from that device onto your internal hard drives that are stored in this unit. And then to actually install the hard drives, super easy in this particular model. We've got little flaps here and we can literally just pull this up like so, and this releases the caddy, and then we slide it out of the unit, and this is what it looks like. And we've got mounting holes for 3.5-inch drives or 2.5-inch drives, and these will have a SATA connection on the other end. No need for any cabling. When you slot it back into the device like so, let's just get this located correctly. There we go. Once it's slotted back in and then you push this clip down, the SATA connection on the rear of the hard drive actually locates in the connections in the back of this device. So here's the back of the device. You can see a nice large fan here to keep everything cool. The hard drives obviously do generate heat, so it's essential that you have something like this in a NAS device. Now it is a large fan, it's not particularly loud, but if you were placing this in your main working environment and you were recording like me in the studio, then it may not be the ideal positioning. Position it in another room and you won't even know it's there. We've also got a Kensington lock here, so you can tether it down for security reasons. We've got the input here for the power supply that they give you in the box. We've also got a USB connection here, so you can connect maybe a printer, for example. Then we've got some high-speed USB 3 connections, so again you can connect external devices to these. And then we've got a couple of Ethernet sockets, both gigabit speed, and you can connect those to your various networks. So you could have this on 2 separate networks at the same time. And then we've got a couple of eSATA ports at the top and a little reset switch in the top right. So that's it for the little guide around the actual hardware of the TurboNAS TS-421. Now let's move on to a slightly cheaper option in the QNAP range. So this is the second NAS device I want to show you from QNAP. This is their HS-210. Now, very quickly, yes, I have changed jumpers. I'll tell you the reason why. This arrived quite a long time after that first QNAP device arrived in the studio. So I mentioned that this is a lot cheaper option, and yes, it is a bit cheaper. It's also targeting a completely different audience. Instead of being a traditional looking NAS, which is maybe an upright solution that you slot drives into this way in their vertical orientation, this has completely redesigned the NAS into what looks more akin to a set-top box, something that might sort of sit very nicely alongside your AV equipment, maybe your games consoles, in a living room or a lounge situation. So let's just pop this to one side, because the first thing I want to show you is just the product packaging, so you know what to actually look out for at retail level. This is it, the HS-210. Now, apart from being a traditional sort of NAS where you can sort of share files around, it also has apps you can install. And they offer up things like photo station, music station, DJ, download, file, backup station, video and TV station, even a surveillance station option, so you can connect IP cameras to this. Also DLNA media server and a whole lot more besides. So let me just pop this package into one side and I'll show you the device itself. This is it, the HS-210. It looks really nice. Very, very nicely made, a nice solid unit. It's primarily plastic, but it has got this brushed aluminium top or brushed metal top, and this will aid with dissipating some of the heat from the hard drives. And then round on the back, if I show you these ports, let me show you these up a little bit closer. So we've got a whole range of ports on the back here. We've got a couple of USB 3 ports, we've got a gigabit Ethernet port. We've also got just here a couple of USB 2 ports, an SD card slot as well, and the input for the power supply. Now the reason you've got that memory card slot is because you might want to transfer media from a video camera or a digital camera very easily onto the internal storage of here. And then this front portion here is held on by magnets. There we go, comes off very, very easily, and I love the way they've done this. We've got two slots here for hard drives, 3.5 inch or 2.5 inch hard drives or solid state drives, and then you push in this little lever here and then pull out the caddy. And then in these caddies, this is where you're going to mount your hard drive or SSD. No need for cables. When you slot it back into the unit, it self-locates the connectors at the back of the hard drive or SSD into the QNAP NAS. So very, very nicely designed. Now it says that this is silent. It says there's SilentNAS on the front, and to a certain degree that is right. It does run very, very quiet indeed. Hardly any fan noise from this. But what I would say is, if you are installing this into a lounge situation, and I'm very particular when I'm watching a movie, I like things to be very, very quiet. I don't like to hear a disc spinning. I don't like to hear a fan coming on. I like to be able to hear the audio from the movie without any sort of interruption from external noises. So I will tell you this, if it was me and I was putting this within my AV setup, I would install solid state drives in here. I know that's going to bump the price up considerably, but I really would install either solid state drives or find the quietest 3.5 inch hard drive you can find on the market. Maybe one with green credentials that has a low spin speed and very, very good acoustic properties, because I would hate to have two really fast hard drives in here spinning up and spoiling my movie watching enjoyment. But that said, you don't have to place it within a sort of living room or lounge environment. You could place it in another room, connect it via the gigabit Ethernet socket to your network, and you've still got access to all of the data that is on here. You don't have to have it in the same room to be able to use it to its full potential. It just looks very nice. So if you can accommodate it into your AV setup, it's certainly a device that not many people would have, actually. Very, very cool product indeed. So in summary, NAS devices are great overall. to actually bring a lot of functionality to how you access your files. And the QNAP range also offers up the addition of the apps that you can install on their devices that just further increase the flexibility of what these have to offer. So thanks very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit that like button. Please do check the links in the video description and check out the whole of the QNAP range, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see another video of mine, please do click the annotation on the top of your screen now, and also you can click the annotation on the bottom of your screen and subscribe to the Geekanoids channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again next time.